Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Motive CEO and co-founder, Shoaib Makani.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Motive Vision. This is our second annual customer conference, and it's awesome to see how this community has grown. It's a testament to the strength of your operations and the physical economy at large, and to the work that the Motive team has put in over the years to scale our technology and to solve your hardest problems. Thank you for joining us here in Austin today, and for placing your trust in Motive. I am blown away by the work you all do, and we are so grateful that we get to support you in doing it. We have an awesome agenda for the next 2 days. We've got 20 breakout sessions, the safety boot camp. We're gonna hear from a number of our customers, and we're gonna cap it off with the Innovators Party, which I can't wait to see you all at tonight. I wanna start today by giving you some insight into what compelled me to start Motive more than 10 years ago, and what remains a driving force for us today. In 2013, when I looked out at the tools that were being built for organizations that do physical work, what struck me was how fragmented and siloed the products were. It was a sea of point solutions: vehicle tracking, electronic logs, maintenance, dash cams, asset monitoring, and so much more. But there was no single integrated platform that allowed you to manage your physical operations end to end. There was no single interface for your safety, operations, and finance teams, but it was clear to me when talking to our earliest customers that was exactly what you needed. So we set out to make this a reality. But we didn't build the integrated operations platform overnight. We started in 2015 with fleet management to bring your vehicles online. We added driver safety to help you reduce your risk on the road. Later, we introduced equipment monitoring to connect all your non-vehicular assets to the cloud. In 2022, we launched the Motive Card to help you manage your fleet-related spend. And last year, at this conference, we launched AI Vision to give you visibility everywhere. And most recently, we introduced workforce management to help you manage and engage your people at scale. Today, Motive solves more problems than any other platform in the industry, and we're always asking our customers, what is the next problem we can solve for you? The result of that is complete visibility across your operations with no data silos. Everyone in your organization is singing from the same song sheet. Our work here will never be done. We are going to continue to solve new problems and expand the scope of this platform. But there is another major opportunity that has emerged recently that is essential to the success of your organizations, and that is AI. And to be clear here, we have been building AI for you since 2017, when we first started training computer vision models to monitor for unsafe driving behavior. But now, the potential of AI extends beyond driver safety. AI can transform every aspect of your operations. Service verification, preventive maintenance, fraud detection, automated coaching, and so much more. But with any new technology, there is going to be challenges. We want to be your partner in leveraging this technology, but I think it's important to recognize some of those challenges. And I thought it'd be helpful to review a few AI fails, if you will, to make sure that we don't get totally caught up in the hype. First up, I am no chef, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to add glue to your pizza to get the cheese to stick, as Google suggests here. And here, ChatGPT tells us that someone set a record walking across the English Channel. And I'm pretty sure AI is powerful, but it has not figured out how to walk on water just yet. And look, a hallucination is okay here and there if you're working in the kitchen or you're playing trivia. But there is zero tolerance for error in your operations because the stakes are so high. And that is why we're so focused on accuracy when it comes to building AI models for you. Practically speaking, what that means is, number one, no false positives. We will not burden you with events and alerts that aren't real. And number two, no false negatives. We want to make sure that you don't miss anything. The way we deliver on this promise is that we put a human in the loop to review the output of our AI models until we are certain that they deliver on your standards. This is what allowed us to build such exceptional performance for the AI dashcam, and it will allow us to deliver similar results for every other AI-powered product that we build for you. If we get this right, the value you will realize will be exceptional. You are going to save millions of hours of employee productivity. You will save billions in fleet-related costs, and most importantly, you will save lives. That's why today we're going to focus this presentation on AI and how we're deploying it across the Motive platform in 2025 and beyond. I want to start with driver safety. As you all know, accident prevention is our North Star. We don't shy away from saying that our mission is zero harm. We want to save lives. It's one of the reasons why we're able to attract such exceptional talent to this company, and I am proud to say that we're making serious progress on this front. In a study of customers who deployed the Motive AI dashcam over the past year, we observed an 80% reduction in the collision rate. This is only possible because of our multi-year investment in AI. Today, we detect more than 15 different safety events: cell phone use, close following, unsafe lane changes, distraction, and we do it with incredible accuracy. And in 2025, we will release more than 10 new AI models. To give you a preview of what is to come, let's bring up Nihar, our head of driver safety.
Thank you, Shoaib. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. Let's start with the impact of AI-powered unsafe parking detection, which we previewed at Vision 24 last year. It happens all too frequently on high-speed highways, on narrow two-lane roads. Drivers pull over, unaware they become a sitting duck, whether for a moment with their phone, a few minutes of rest, or a mechanical issue. But unsafe parking is deadly. 600 lives are lost every year in stopped vehicle collisions, and 15,000 people are injured annually. Since launching, it's been incredible to see the real-world impact. And because we use computer vision, not just telematics and map data, we enable a much higher level of accuracy. Now, when a driver parks unsafely, you get an immediate alert giving you the chance to call or message them and intervene. But alerts are just the beginning. We want to make it even easier for you to take action right in the moment. With one click, you can call or message your driver directly from the Motive dashboard or the Fleet app, saving precious minutes trying to locate driver info. You'll also have the option to let Motive call or message on your behalf automatically. You can live stream directly into the vehicle to get real-time context, and you'll see a live counter, just like you see here, showing how long the vehicle has been unsafely parked. Okay, let's bring on Daniel Patterson from Western Express to hear how it's already making such a difference for their fleet. right, Daniel, thank you so much for joining us today. Let's start with the problem statement. I mean, tell us a bit about the problems that you were experiencing, that your fleet was experiencing with unsafe parking events or sitting duck scenarios, as they're often called.
Yeah, the problem really stems from the lack of safe truck parking in the industry, right? It's one of the biggest problems that we face. It's something that trucking associations and agencies have been trying to address. So what that does is it creates a situation where at the end of the driver's day, they can't find a place to park. They end up parking on the side of the road. And what I would challenge each of you is when you go home, try to count how many trucks you see parked on the side of the road. So the behavior is very common. What's not as common is when there's an accident involved because of that. So what we see is where a driver is parked on the side of the road and somebody's going at highway speeds and they make contact with an 80,000-pound vehicle, which is a life-changing accident involving serious injury or even fatalities.
It makes a lot of sense. So what kind of impact now are you seeing with these real-time unsafe parking alerts?
Yeah, so first I want to thank Motive for taking on this challenge. So this was really something that our owner holds very near and dear to his heart. And as soon as we started with Motive, made that phone call and said, hey, we have this problem. We don't know how to solve it. We'd really like for you to step in and help us to solve that. So that's what this AI has allowed us to do. Today, what we have is an automated process. When we get that notification, the driver receives a text message. They also receive a message on their tablet. That notification goes to the driver's manager as well as our safety team so they can follow up with that driver, make sure they get to a safe place to park. And in addition to that, what we've found is we also have situations where a driver has a breakdown event and they're on the side of the road. We're able to engage with that driver, make sure they're putting on their flashers, making sure that they have their triangles out, and then to follow up with our breakdown team to get them expedited help as well. Incredible.
So incredible to hear the impact this is having for fleets like yours. Thank you for sharing that with us today, Daniel.
Thank you.
Okay, unsafe parking is just one of the many risks your drivers face when they stop in the wrong place. But what about when they're struggling to stay in the right place while driving? We've all seen near misses that could have been deadly. In fact, 79% of fatigue-related collisions exhibit lane swerves. One safety manager told us about a driver who was swerving in and out of their lane multiple times over a few minutes before nearly sideswiping a passing vehicle. The driver insisted they were fine, but when they checked the footage, they saw the swerving had been happening long before that near miss. Maybe they were fighting fatigue, distracted by their phone, or reaching for something in the cab. A single lane departure might not seem that alarming, but what if they keep swerving in and out of that lane? That's where the real risk is. That's why we're launching AI-powered lane swerving detection, the first and only solution that doesn't just flag a single lane departure. Our AI analyzes repeated lane swerves over time, helping you spot risky driving before it turns into a collision. Instead of isolated alerts, you'll see all occurrences in a single event timeline to give you kind of full context into what's happening. And real-time in-cab alerts will notify drivers to correct their behavior immediately. You'll also be able to fully customize the number of lane swerves and the duration over which those swerves occur. Lane swerving is often one of the first signs of fatigue, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. Fatigue builds over time with subtle warning signs, and when it goes unnoticed, the consequences can be deadly. We've all seen the headlines. A driver falls asleep at the wheel, drifts off the road or into oncoming traffic, and in an instant, lives are changed forever. Drowsy driving is a huge risk for fleets like yours. In fact, fatigue contributes to nearly 100,000 crashes and 800 deaths every single year. And the scariest part, tired drivers are 3 times more likely to be involved in a collision. Fatigue isn't a single moment. It's a pattern of behaviors that build over time. I was talking to a fleet that's here today, just last week. They recently had a driver that drifted across the center line and struck a guardrail. Initially, they thought a mechanical issue. Then they looked at the footage from the previous 30 minutes, and what they saw was lane drifts, speed fluctuations, subtle overcorrections. The driver later admitted, "I knew I was tired, but I thought I could push through." What if you can identify those cues earlier and help that driver? Think about what happens when a driver starts getting tired. They will frequently yawn, often deeply and repeatedly. They will also commonly rub their eyes with increasing frequency and intensity as they struggle to maintain focus. They stop moving as much. Their body slows down. Their hands stay fixed on the wheel for longer periods of time. Until now, fleets haven't had visibility into all the indicators of fatigue before it's too late. That's why we built Motive's Fatigue Index, analyzing yawning, lane swerving, and nearly 10 other behaviors, as you see here, like lack of movement and abnormal speed changes. We detect fatigue early, combining these signals with telematics, time of day, and drive time to predict risk before an accident happens. However, training AI to detect something as dangerous and complex as driver fatigue requires a colossal amount of data. And for most companies, that's a major roadblock. But Motive is rewriting the rules. We're embracing generative AI to create tens of thousands of incredibly realistic fatigue scenarios to train our AI. These look real, but this is all synthetic data, lifelike recreations of actual driving patterns. It's truly amazing what can be achieved with today's AI technology. And the impact is clear. We're dramatically accelerating AI development. And for you, that means detecting fatigue risk earlier than ever before to keep tired drivers off the road. Now, when high fatigue risk is detected, an alert is sent to both the driver and manager for immediate action. And on a single timeline, you can see how different behaviors connect, giving you a clear, complete picture of fatigue risk. Now, what if you could prevent a collision before it happened? With AI-powered detection, you don't have to wait for disaster to take action. You can stop a driver from dozing off before they drift onto the shoulder or into oncoming traffic. You can catch lane swerving before it turns into a violent sideswipe. You can intervene before an unsafely parked vehicle becomes a deadly crash site. With Motive, you get more visibility, more control, more lives saved. Thank you. I'm going to hand it back to Shoaib.
Thank you, Nihar. It's awesome to see the breadth of behaviors that we're detecting to prevent collisions in your operations, and how we're working with so many of you to actually do it. I still remember Daniel telling me about the sitting duck problem, as he called it, and thinking to myself, we can absolutely solve this problem. And to think that less than a year later, we have. Okay, so we are clearly building some really awesome AI models to detect unsafe driving behavior. But what about AI for all of the other aspects of managing your fleet? There is so much complexity that you all manage every single day. Issues are coming at you 24/7. You're checking fault codes, watching the weather, tracking your drivers, adjusting dispatches, and a whole lot more. It's time-consuming work, and so much of it is reactive. And the consequence of missing something important can be incredibly costly. That's where we think we can help with the power of AI. I'm excited to give you a preview of our upcoming Motive AI Assistant, which we're working on and will be rolling out later this year. You can think about the AI Assistant as your partner that operates across the Motive platform. It watches for critical, time-sensitive issues, makes you aware of them, and then helps you take action in real time. I'm going to hand it to Jadam, our head of product design, to share a few examples of what Motive AI Assistant can do for you.
Thanks, Shoaib. I'm really excited to show how the AI Assistant simplifies your day-to-day by surfacing critical insights, alerting you to time-sensitive issues, and recommending contextual actions to address them. Let's dive in with a few examples. Take fault codes. When a vehicle generates a fault, it could be nothing. Or it could lead to a breakdown that it impacts your ability to complete a job, eroding customer trust and resulting in lost revenue. Right now, you're manually reviewing faults, trying to decipher cryptic codes and vague descriptions, deciding what to do next, and scrambling to figure out if you need to take that vehicle off the road and get it serviced. With AI Assistant, we're automating that process. It does the work for you. When the assistant identifies a vehicle with a critical fault code, it immediately alerts you from anywhere on the platform. The assistant provides the full context of the fault, including the impacted vehicle name, along with comprehensive code and severity descriptions. It also surfaces relevant actions to take, such as message the driver or mark the vehicle unsafe to drive. With an AI-generated contextual message, you can immediately communicate detailed instructions and guidance to your driver, preventing a major breakdown or safety issue. Planning around weather is another major headache. We've seen fleets continuously check multiple monitors, TV broadcasts, as well as sending fleet-wide broadcasts to their drivers. The AI Assistant monitors real-time weather data and instantly alerts you to an event that will impact your fleet. The assistant identifies vehicles currently in the path of the storm and those that will be there by visualizing the weather event and the vehicles on the map. We can then automatically send a targeted weather alert that you could send to the affected drivers. With a single click, you can warn everyone on the road who needs to know. You skip the manual, untargeted communications and get the right message to the right driver at the right time. This is just the beginning. The AI Assistant will be embedded everywhere across the Motive platform. We'll start with faults and weather, but soon expand to unsafe parking and other time-sensitive real-time issues. More targeted insights, more proactive alerts, more contextual actions, saving you time, money, and hassle. We want to partner. We want to partner with all of you on this. Come visit us at a Motive booth and let us know how the AI Assistant can help solve some of your problems. At Motive, we are building the future of fleet management with AI, and we're just getting started. With that, I'll pass it back to Shoaib.
Thanks, Jadam. We are just getting started with the Motive AI Assistant, and we can't wait to get your feedback on the workflows that you want us to automate for you. Now, speaking of partnering with our customers to solve problems, let's talk about how we're leveraging AI on the spend management front. Today, Motive is the only fleet management solution that provides a native embedded spend management solution. We launched Motive Card back in 2022 because you all told us you were facing two major problems. Number one, minimizing fuel cost, and number two, preventing fraudulent spend. On the savings front, we have built the most comprehensive network of fuel and maintenance partners in North America with 35,000 locations, helping our customers save more than $45 million on fuel and maintenance last year alone. Some of these partners are actually sponsors here today, so go see their booth. On the fraud prevention front, you shared with us the many ways that you are exposed. Things like card skimming, fuel theft, and out-of-policy spend. Motive is uniquely positioned to help you tackle these problems because we can combine your Motive Card payments data with your vehicle telematics data to identify and prevent fraudulent transactions. And now, with AI, our capabilities here are supercharged. I'd like to welcome Caroline to the stage to tell us more about how we're going to stop fraud in your business using AI.
Thank you, Shoaib. Good morning, Austin. Woo! It's great to see so many of you here today, and I'm excited to tell you more about how Motive Card is using AI to detect and prevent fraud. So let's start with how much fraud could be costing you. You've told us you estimate roughly 5% of your fleet spend is fraudulent. So for a fleet with 500 vehicles, that could add up to around $250,000 a year. As Shoaib mentioned, you've told us this fraud comes in 3 main forms: card skimming at fuel pumps or at checkout, fuel theft, and out-of-policy items that often go undetected. Now, these headlines might seem a little extreme, but you've all told us how difficult it is to pinpoint fraud in your business. So let's talk about how Motive Card can help. First, let's look at card skimming. This is one of your biggest worries because you know that PIN numbers alone just don't protect you. Fraudsters are becoming more and more sophisticated. And it's not just bad actors that put your business at risk. You've told us horror stories of cardholders losing their cards, the PIN number written on it, a risk that when that card falls into the wrong hands can cost you thousands of dollars. So how can Motive Card protect your business? Using our mobile-based unlock feature. When you enable this feature, cards have to be unlocked before they can be used. And if they're not, the transactions just won't go through. I was talking to a customer just the other day, and they were telling me how they had had a card stolen, and they could see in their Motive dashboard as the fraudster tried again and again to use that card at different locations. Every single time the transaction was blocked because they were using mobile-based unlock. It was a pretty great feeling for them knowing that fraudster was just not going to get away with it. Okay, let's talk about our second risk, fuel theft. With so many vehicles in your fleets, you've told us you don't know exactly where fraud is happening. You know it is, but you don't know exactly where and how to stop it. That's where our AI can do the hard work for you. Spend management is built directly into our platform, so we have the fastest, most accurate fraud detection. We have your vehicle telematics data, we have Motive Card payment data, and we combine the two together and use AI to identify and stop fraud. Let me show you how it works. Okay, here we have a vehicle parked in East Austin. We have a Motive Card swipe that's happening in East Oak Hill. That's 8 miles between the vehicle location and the spend location. That doesn't seem right. When you have auto decline switched on, our AI will spot this distance, know that it's not your vehicle getting fueled up, and automatically decline the transaction, stopping that fraud before it happens. You've also told us that drivers don't always choose the cheapest locations to fuel up, so it can cost you more than it should. Let's take a look at how AI can stop that from happening. Okay, we have a driver out on the road in Austin. They've chosen Shifty's to fuel up at. That's more expensive than Smith's, just down the road. Our AI will spot this, and when you have auto declines enabled, stop the transaction and prompt the driver to go to the cheaper location. Just another way that our AI can save you money. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about our third area. You've told us it's really difficult to control out-of-policy spend. So with Motive Card, you can set really specific category limits, like only allowing fuel at the pump and setting a daily and a weekly limit. Maybe you allow tolls and maintenance, meals on the road, but not lodging or transportation. These are really customizable ways that you can control the spend going through on your cards. But it does only go so far. There's still opportunity for out-of-policy items to sneak through within these limits. So you've told us, usually you ask your cardholders for receipts. But it takes so much manual effort to look at all those receipts across all of your cards and spot all of the out-of-policy items. Again, that's where Motive's AI can do the hard work for you. Let's take a look. After making their transaction, the cardholder takes a photo of their receipt, our AI scans it, and spots the out-of-policy items, just like that. That whole thing took seconds. It's pretty cool, right? So much manual work that you can save in your business. Okay, many of you are already seeing the value of using Motive Card. AI-powered fraud protection is saving you hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. In 2024, we stopped 80,000 unauthorized transactions. And we saved $55 million in unauthorized spend. All of that going back onto your bottom line. Now, we really want you to be able to stop worrying about identifying fraud yourselves and know that Motive Card is going to do the hard work for you. So today, I'm really excited to announce our new fraud protection guarantee. When you're using our fraud controls, you can rest easy knowing that Motive has you covered for up to $250,000 a year. No one else is giving this level of protection, and we can do it because spend management is built directly into our platform, and because we use AI to stop fraud before it happens. Now, I don't want you to just hear it from me. I'm going to welcome one of our customers on stage, Dwayne Morrison from Southwind, and he can tell us more about how they're using Motive Card. Thanks for being here, Dwayne. It's so good to see you today.
No, thank you. Truly a privilege and an honor. And before we get started, if I can, just shout out a few people. Brittany Ebert is also here from Southwind. You may know us more by 1-800-GOT-JUNK, You Move Me. So these are some of the brands, Dream Lawn, Shack Shine, and Fountain Comfort Group. But I want to also shout out our friends from O2E, Nikki and Casey. And last but not least, Joe Kraus, Christina Treadmill, and the Motive family.
Amazing.
We're not just customers, so thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dwayne. Maybe you can start telling us a little bit about how you're using Motive's products today.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So truly an honor. It was 2020, I started with Southwind. We had a really bad accident. And so through that, we are relentlessly focused on our front line. We knew we had to do better. It was a competitor product that we used, and unfortunately, we had another rollover accident. Tragic. So we partnered with Motive, and the journey has been phenomenal. So out of that, we had insurance non-renewal letters. I don't know if anybody's ever had that. That's not fun to receive in the mail. We turned that into actually improving our insurance. Now we saved about $2 million in premium. So
wow.
Exciting. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, great.
Just through driver safety, overall reduction in accidents. So
that's amazing. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about how you're using Motive Card in your business?
Yeah, so Motive Card, as we continue to unlock features and adopt things, Motive Card has been a game changer. Completely, very, very easy to implement. Just this year alone in Q1, we've saved about $20,000 just using the rebate alone. So
amazing.
Thank you.
And what about fraud protection? I know you told me you've kind of learned the hard way.
We do. Not always fun to share things that don't go right, but so we had one summer, we lost about $60,000 in fuel. I did not know this was a thing, so somebody would use a company credit card, pocket $10 cash, fill up as many friends and family as they possibly could. So unfortunately, but with the Motive Card, you can actually validate how much fuel is going in the vehicle, who's using it, where it is, and again, we are going to continue to unlock those features. really excited about even vehicle repairs and all the things it can do. So
Amazing.
really appreciate that.
Thank you so much for sharing that story. It was great to hear how much it's benefiting you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Dwayne.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing to hear how automatic fraud protection is helping that business alongside all of the safety features. Okay, last thing from me. We really want you to be able to try Motive Card for yourselves. So look under your seat. Yes, right now. There's an envelope stuck under there. See if you can find it. You got it? I can see some out there. Awesome. Okay, so in that envelope is your own Motive Card. Once you've activated it, following the instructions in the envelope, you'll be able to spend $50. Grab a drink, buy some snacks. But don't forget, you need to use mobile-based unlock before you try and swipe it. Okay, I really hope you enjoy trying it for yourselves. And now, I'm going to hand it back to Shoaib.
You get a Motive Card, and you get a Motive Card, and you get a Motive Card. Woo! Thank you, Caroline. It's awesome to see how Motive Card uses AI protect you from fraud. This is truly the best fleet card in the world. And now every single one of you get to experience it for yourselves. Next up, let's talk about data. Now, one of the great things about the Motive Integrated Operations Platform is that all of your data is in one system. Everything about your drivers, your vehicles, your equipment, and your fleet-related spend in the same exact place. But with so much data, how do you extract signal from the noise? How do you get insights when you're overwhelmed with the volume of data? Today, we provide you with reports to help you make sense of this. But what if you want to do a complex join across data sets? A simple question like, who are my highest risk drivers who also waste the most fuel is surprisingly hard to answer today. We try to provide you with the API and Motive Data Bridge to get your data into your BI system so you can crunch it yourself. But that requires technical resources and energy that many of you don't have or simply can't wait for. For the past 18 months, we have been working hard to solve this problem for you. Motive Analytics is the answer, and Emily is going to show us exactly how it works.
Thank you. As Shoaib mentioned, businesses are generating more data than ever, yet managing it effectively often remains a challenge. Fleets struggle to transform vast amounts of data into meaningful insights efficiently. A simple question can take weeks or even months to answer. In the last 12 months alone, teams spent over 14 million hours analyzing reports within the Motive platform, highlighting the immense demand for better, quicker ways to turn data into action. And we know that deep analysis can be slow, manual, and inefficient. Tina Smith from Helios Technology shared that verifying timesheet data for about 200 technicians can take up to 9 hours, relying heavily on accurate time logging and the absence of user error. This type of analysis simply isn't sustainable. And what about the questions you haven't had the time to answer? We know it's a constant struggle. While new insights and data emerge, finding the time to explore and act on them is often another story. The reality is, many of the critical questions you have often go unanswered simply because of time constraints. That's why today, we're introducing a new way forward. No matter the question, we want you to be able to get answers quickly, easily, and on your own terms. Imagine if instead of searching across platforms and tools, you could get the insights you need in a single unified place. With Motive Analytics, we're putting the power of data back in your hands. Now you can build, customize, and access reports in seconds with no hassle. Let's dive into a few of the key features of this powerful new product. First and foremost, our goal is to make data work for you, not just those with an analytics background. With this feature, you can easily build custom reports using just a few keywords and clicks. This empowers you to get the insights you need when you need them without delays or complexity. And at Motive, we don't just provide data, we empower you to take action. With just a few clicks, you can filter and drill down into specific insights, like identifying the regions with the highest cell phone safety events, and quickly turn a high-level data plan into a focused plan moving forward. Thank you. And lastly, you can consolidate all of your cross-platform insights into single unified dashboards. Everything you need is right here, allowing you to make faster, more informed decisions with ease. With Motive Analytics, we've transformed the reporting experience. What once took hours or even days can now be done in seconds, all within one platform. And the impact is already being felt. Teams like FedEx Freight are seeing a dramatic reduction in the time spent sifting through data, with clearer visibility into performance and opportunity areas. But what if it could be even easier? Imagine simply asking a question or stating what you need and having AI handle the rest. Well, I'm thrilled to introduce the latest addition to Motive Analytics, natural language reporting. This new feature uses cutting-edge AI to turn your questions into powerful insights and reports. No need to know the data sets or technical terms. Simply ask a question the way that you would naturally speak, and the AI takes care of the heavy lifting. Whether you're asking simple questions or really trying to dive deep into the data, all you have to do is start the conversation. So let's see it in action. Our AI understands your questions and instantly pulls data from across the platform to generate insights. Let's start with a simple question. How is my fleet's driving distance trending over the last 3 months? And in seconds, the AI shows us that our fleet drove 2.4 million miles in the month of March. That's a roughly 30% increase from February. This kind of insight isn't just about presenting data. It's about getting you the answers you need right when you need them with easy to understand visuals. So that 30% spike has got me curious. How does this compare to our longer term trend? Let's ask, how does this compare to the distance driven over the last 12 months? In seconds, the AI instantly generates a month-over-month bar chart. As you can see, our mileage has started to trend upward again, likely due to our expanding fleet. It also calls out a seasonal pattern. Our busiest months are June through September. And this is great intel for planning ahead, as we can anticipate the high demand season and adjust resources accordingly. So, as we head into our busy season, I'm curious, are we in a good position when it comes to vehicle utilization? Let's ask, what is my utilization rate by state over the last 12 months? The AI quickly pulls up a map showing utilization rates based on driving time versus total engine on time. We see that most of my states in my Southeast region are performing fairly well, within that 60 to 70% utilization range. But Georgia stands out with the lowest score, around 45% utilization, indicating there's room to optimize further. This helps us quickly spot where we can improve efficiency and reduce unnecessary costs. Let's dig even deeper. Maybe we want to understand where exactly in Georgia are we seeing low utilization? With that question, the AI returns a ranked table of locations. We can see that Athens and Savannah are flagged in red with the lowest utilization, followed by Macon, Augusta, and Atlanta. And this level of granularity helps us pinpoint exactly where we're leaving value on the table. Whether it's underused vehicles or inefficient routes, we can now prioritize where to investigate and take action. Okay, so utilization is a problem. But what does that actually mean for our bottom line? Let's ask, how is poor utilization impacting my costs? The AI surfaces two clear takeaways. First, excessive idling is driving up both fuel and maintenance expenses across all locations. And second, in Macon, there's a spike in suspicious transaction alerts, indicating possible fuel card misuse or fraud. What's powerful here is this insight gives us something concrete to act on. Not only can we target idling behavior to reduce costs, but we can now proactively investigate the fuel spend anomalies before they become a bigger issue. Let's narrow the lens even more. Maybe I want to understand which drivers are impacting costs the most due to poor utilization. We started with a high-level question around fleet utilization. And in just a few steps, we've narrowed it down to a targeted list where we can see which drivers we can coach to make the greatest impact. This AI provides this rank list, making it easy to pinpoint who to coach, where to focus our efforts, and how to improve efficiency across the board. Let's quickly recap all of what we've uncovered today. In just a few questions, AI gave us a clear view of fleet activity, miles driven, trending over time, and the locations and drivers that need our attention. Based on these insights, our next steps are clear. First, we'll reallocate underutilized vehicles to optimize our fleet. Second, we'll investigate some of the fuel spend anomalies, especially in locations like Macon, where suspicious activity has been surfaced. And lastly, we'll coach poor-performing drivers to improve efficiency and reduce costs. But this is just the beginning. With natural language reporting, there are countless ways to keep uncovering valuable insights. Whether it's diving deeper into motive card transactions or asking similar questions and running through the same exercise at the asset level, or even identifying some of your top performing drivers and locations to understand and try and replicate that success across your teams. AI is here to surface the answers you need faster than ever. Earlier, we highlighted how data is being generated across every Motive product and how that data footprint is expanding fast. Now, with Motive Analytics as the unified layer across all of our products, we're bringing that data together in one place. No more jumping between tools or scanning through static reports. With Motive Analytics, you have the power to build, customize, and access the dynamic insights you need instantly. We're so excited for you to experience data in an entirely new way. We'd love to dive deeper and give you a closer look. Join us at the Motive Analytics breakout session and our booth for an in-depth demo and to see firsthand how data-driven insights can transform your business. Thank you. Back to you, Shoaib.
How cool is that? The ability to simply ask questions and get answers from your data is going to empower every single person in your organization to take actions and drive insights. We can't wait to get Motive Analytics in your hands here soon. Okay, we have covered a lot today, but there is one newer area of the Motive platform that I want to spend some time on, and that's workforce management. Managing your workforce is hard. Onboarding new employees, managing qualification documents, training, coaching. The real challenge of all this is that these are done in either a paper-based workflow or out of a system that doesn't talk to the others and has to be manually updated. I'm guessing these photos look familiar to many of you in this room. More than half of you told us that you're relying on paper files to manage core workforce workflows. It's tedious It's error prone, and it puts you at risk of missing something really important, like a missed safety training or an expired license. And that's not just a paperwork issue, that's real liability. Now imagine if all of this lived in one place, in the same platform that you're already using to manage the rest of your operations. And with AI automating the manual workflows so that you can focus on the things that really matter. That is where Motive Workforce Management comes in. I'm going to hand it over to Marisa to show you the power of this product.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Shoaib. I'm not sure if a lot of you have heard of workforce management, but a few months ago, we released workforce management with its initial focus was on managing drivers all in one place for time. And now I'm super excited to announce integrated training and qualification documents as part of the workforce management solution. With this launch, we aim to save you even more time managing your workforce and reducing the risk in each of these areas. So let's dive in. Introducing Integrated Workforce Hub. We are now going to consolidate all of your workforce insights and tasks in a single place. No more wondering which drivers you have to follow up on, which ones are at risk, and any follow-up actions will be supercharged by Motive's AI. So first up, let's do a quick review of time cards. Now, I'm not sure if this picture is familiar to any of you guys, but I have seen drivers manually punching in offices. And drivers and managers, you're transferring all of this time card data into payroll by hand. And there's no easy way to verify if there's payroll errors, delays, which causes a ton of frustration on both sides. Now, you know that we have a Motive Driver app, and it's there to manage your hours of service and regulated drivers today. And now I'm super excited to announce this time cards is going to cover your exempt drivers, where they can easily go to the app, clock in, select their job type, and then go ahead and submit their time card. And this is all happening from the driver app they're using today. And what's great is it's a seamless experience for the drivers, and for managers, we're going to make it easy for you too. Taking that time card data and trip data in a unified system allows you to look at the data and confirm job completion of exactly where the driver went. This eliminates that error-prone manual process of cross-referencing data today, which hopefully will help you streamline payroll and minimize all of the delays. Now, let's take a look at training. Now, I know a lot of you guys are using training to address driver behavior and meet your compliance requirements. And it's challenging to identify who needs to be trained, administer effective training, and make sure that it gets completed on time. And staying on top of this for you all takes a ton of time and resources. And behind me, I'm sure many of you have sent these types of messages to your drivers. You're tracing them down, and it's not easy for you to track them. But honestly, for drivers, it's painful for them too. You're giving them training in a way that's not easy for them to consume. They're not in front of a computer all the time. And this causes a poor experience and a ton of frustration on both sides of the house. So now I want to introduce Motive's integrated training solution. This is going to give you full visibility on who's been trained and who's actually overdue. And managers will have full visibility into this progress. And from the same platform today, they're going to be able to see the training, assign it, and send a reminder in just a few clicks. And soon AI will automate this entire process for you, taking away that everyday task of managing training and assigning it. And for drivers, we're going to make it easy too. For a driver, they're going to get a notification on that mobile app which is going to indicate when they have overdue training. Due dates are going to be clear for them. And from the mobile device, they can actually take the training itself. This will help them with a centralized way of looking at doing training, completing it, and indicating that on your Workforce Hub. Okay, last up, qualification documents. I've spoken to many of you about roadside inspections. I mean, they're not fun, full of anxiety, and it's worse when your drivers are not prepared. A lot of times they are unable to present the necessary documentation, which results in fines. And they're fumbling through their truck, in their binders, trying to understand what's missing and what's expired. And for managers, you guys are doing your best to keep these things up to date, but you're relying on these manual processes to chase down these individuals. So now, with Motive's qualification documents, managers will have line of sight on which drivers are eligible and which ones are at risk. And so this example here, you see there's 5 expiring documents. I'm going to take a look at one driver, Samuel. When Samuel's driver's license is about to expire, Motive's AI will automatically get to work and identify and automate this process. And thanks to the proactive alerts, managers will no longer have to chase down drivers. Instead, Samuel will receive a notification on his mobile app, letting him know that he needs to update his license, with plenty of time to address it. And clicking on that notification will take him to a simple workflow, where all he has to do is take a picture of his driver's license, and Motive's AI will instantly extract relevant information, such as name, date of birth, license number, all the stuff that they typically have to do manually. And now we're going to remove the risk of errors with Motive AI. It's as easy as that. You can proactively address compliance issues before they become a problem. And we are going to provide a single integrated platform for all of your workforce tasks. No more jumping in between different systems. And now drivers and managers will handle everything from time, cards, all of the things that we've talked about earlier, training, as well as qualifications. This will eliminate any of the manual work that you are doing today, helping you lower costs, improve productivity, and ideally boosting compliance as well. Now I want to take some time to introduce a customer on the stage who has driven real business impact with workforce management. I'd like to welcome Jamie Caylor from Carvana to the stage. Hey Jamie, how are you?
Good.
I'm so excited to talk to Jamie. We talked earlier today, but she has workforce management. Before we go and talk about that solution, I'd love to hear a little bit about what things were like before and made you make the decision to deploy it.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you for having me. Prior to deploying workforce management, we had a pretty lengthy process, specifically for our qualification system. We would rely on our field managers to alert the driver. Driver would then go and update the document, send that document into the manager, then the manager would send it into our safety and compliance team for processing. So as you can imagine, it's quite a bit of time there.
I'm sure this happens to a lot of us, right? But it's just this manual concept. So those pictures that Shoaib showed you earlier, probably familiar to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, so now you have Motive's workforce management in place. Are you seeing any value? I'm assuming some of that paperwork is gone?
Yeah. We're eliminating paperwork at the site level location, so we no longer have that middle person communicating between the driver and our safety and compliance team. So we're able to send those documents directly into our team through the driver app. And not only that, they're getting the alerts, right? So that's a huge time saving as well. Drivers are no longer waiting until it's due to go get that updated, and obviously that's helping the efficiency of the business.
That is so awesome. I mean, so this is workforce management at work. Now, I know you saw me talk a little bit about integrated training and qualification documents and things like that. So, love to know what's next, for you at Carvana.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to get more into the qualifications system. We're definitely looking forward to the machine learning with AI eliminating some of those potential data entry errors. And of course, we're going to take a look into the training, implement some of our own training materials into the system and automate that as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
Thank Jamie so much for your time.
Thank you.
Definitely want to, thanks Jamie. Again, just take a look. We're going to be at Workforce Management. We'll be in these breakout sessions as well as the demo booth. So take a look. Definitely share your thoughts on how we can make training and document management easier for you. Now I'd like to welcome Shoaib back to the stage. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Marisa. There is one more aspect of the workforce management product that Marisa didn't cover today, and that is coaching. We heard from Coach Sark yesterday on the power of coaching. The right feedback at the right time, delivered in a constructive way, can be the difference between winning and losing. Over the past year, I've spoken to so many of you about the importance of coaching, but also how hard it is to do at the scale you all operate. How do you have a conversation with your driver and show them the things that they need to improve upon when they're on the road or in the field? How do you do it in a timely way when you manage hundreds of drivers? Motive has provided tools to help you manage this complexity, like our integrated coaching experience and allowing drivers to actually review their safety events in the driver app and self-coach. But what if you could completely automate coaching by using AI to create a version of yourself that gives personalized feedback to your drivers in real time? Now, to do that, you need to be able to have AI that generates video and voice that sounds and looks and feels human. That is a very high bar. But the underlying technology to make this vision possible has arrived. Now, the video I'm about to play for you was the state of the art in generative AI video models just 2 years ago. Some of you may remember this.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Clearly not ready for prime time, but it was a start. The Fresh Prince wasn't ready for air. The next video is where we are today. You'd think that we shot this in Austin last night at Franklin's, but in fact, that is 100% AI. AI video generation has come an incredibly long way in just 2 short years. This incredible acceleration in generative AI has made it possible for us to completely automate coaching for you. I'm excited to announce the launch of Motive AI Coach. The first Motive AI Coach will be the first and only AI avatar that can deliver personalized coaching to your drivers automatically. Let's see it in action.
Hi Charlie, it's Tim Guy, the safety guy here. Let's go over your weekly recap. We'll highlight what you did well and go over a few areas to help you stay safe and efficient on the road. Charlie, your safety score decreased from 84 to 80. Let's highlight some behaviors that impacted your score. First, we'll cover an area for recognition, alert driving. Next, we'll cover areas for improvement, cell phone usage and vehicle idling. Charlie, here's a great example where you avoided a collision caused by another driver's unsafe lane change. Your quick reaction and awareness helped prevent an accident. Awesome job staying sharp. This is exactly the kind of attentive driving that keeps you and others safe.
What you just saw was completely AI generated. The video, the audio, and the script itself. And it was entirely personalized based on Charlie's performance over the past week. And you'll notice that Coach Tim starts with a positive behavior demonstrated by Charlie. That is incredibly important because it makes it much more likely that your drivers will be receptive to receiving input on the things that they can improve on. Okay, let's take a look at the rest of this video.
Let's review an area for improvement. You had 4 instances of cell phone use this week. Even a quick glance can be dangerous, and distracted driving is a leading cause of accidents. Our organization defines cell phone use as handling a phone for 5 seconds while driving above 25 miles per hour. If you ever need to take a call or check something urgent, the safest choice is to pull over. Another area in need of improvement is vehicle idling. Charlie, you idled for over 15 minutes on Thursday in San Jose, despite not being in the vehicle and with mild weather. Minimizing idling in such conditions saves fuel and reduces emissions. Some states have anti-idling laws, and violations could result in fines for the company. As a reminder, it's best to turn off the engine when waiting for more than 2 minutes. Here are some key takeaways. First, great job staying alert and being aware of your surroundings. Next, avoid phone use and take a break when necessary. Lastly, reduce vehicle idling whenever possible to improve fuel efficiency. Charlie, I appreciate your commitment to safety and fuel efficiency, and know you'll continue making great decisions on the road. Let's keep up the progress and have a fantastic week.
What you'll notice there is that Motive automatically selects the safety events that have the highest impact on the driver's score and are the most severe. We give the driver context on what they can do to improve and, importantly, why it matters. And as you saw, AI Coach goes beyond safety and can provide feedback on fuel efficiency, compliance, and more, helping drivers improve their performance across the board. And what's really cool about AI Coach is the customizability. You can choose from a number of pre-generated avatars, or you can record your own, like we did with Coach Tim. Yes, Tim is a real person, and he is actually here with us today. Let's bring up Tim, the safety guy.
How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for joining us here, Tim. So that's the first time you've seen that.
Absolutely.
I mean, an AI avatar on the big screen of you. How do you feel?
It's unreal. The fact that it sounds like me, it feels like me, it looks like me, that is unbelievable. And the fact also that I looked into a smartphone and just had a conversation about my hobbies, and it turned into that is unbelievable.
It is. The power of AI is just totally incredible, what is possible. Okay, you have coached a lot of drivers in your career. Maybe share with the audience, what is your broad philosophy on coaching?
It's just like that session there. Start off by having an introduction with who I'm talking to, build that connection, then jump right into the positive, kind of build that employee up, and then we focus on the opportunities. And when I'm covering the opportunities, I like to have the video and then go over the why. It's not just, hey, put your seatbelt on. It's, hey, put your seatbelt on. That's a life-saving device. I want you to get home to your family. And when you have the conversation in that type of format, it really gets the buy-in, and it makes that coaching session personal. And I really love doing that.
It fits so well with what we heard from Coach Stark yesterday. It's not just about the what, it's also about the why.
Absolutely.
That's when you really drive outcomes. Okay, what is the impact that you think AI Coach is going to have on Roadsafe in your operations?
It's significant. I mean, to have that type of coaching session, I received that training maybe 10 years ago when I used to work for Nestle. And when we rolled out that training, it took like a year to train a facility. It took years to train all our facilities. Right now, Roadsafe, I'm responsible for 60 plus locations. For me to have that type of training and get this type of effective coaching, it'll take years to do that. And by with this technology that Motive has, we can snap our fingers and have it done instantly. That's a game changer for me, and I can't wait to get my hands on it.
It's awesome. We can't wait to give you leverage and to have this deployed across your operations. The impact is going to be tremendous. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So cool. We can't wait to get AI Coach out to all of you. It is in beta now with select customers, and we'll be rolling it out across the population later this quarter. We covered a lot today, but hopefully you get a sense of the breadth of the problems that Motive is solving for you and how we're embedding AI across the platform to improve the safety, productivity, and profitability of your operations. That is our mission. We want to empower you with the best tools in the world to unlock your potential. Thank you for being on this journey with us. We're so grateful for the opportunity to be able to support you all. You inspire us, and we're more motivated and inspired than ever to solve your hardest problems and to build the future with you. Thank you.